Hello, my name is Rowan Phillips.
And I'm Jacqueline Spence.
And we are here today at the Craig Antlet buildings near Stormont to interview MP MLA Nigel Dodds. Nigel, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thanks very much.
Okay, first thing just before we start is, how would you like to be referred to during the interview?
Nigel will be fine.
Nigel will be fine, dead Oscar. Could you introduce yourself to the camera and tell us a bit about yourself, your fondest memories from your youth, school days, university?
Well, I suppose I've been involved in politics for most of my adult life. First of all, after I finished university, where I did law and graduated in law and became a barrister, but I didn't practice law very long before I got involved in politics, working with the party, the Democratic Unionist Party in the European Parliament. Got elected to the Belfast City Council, and I'm still a member of that 23 years later. And I've had the honour to serve as Lord Mayor of Belfast, and more recently as MP for North Belfast and Assembly Member. So politics has been a very big part of my life, but from school days I've always had a big interest in politics and public service, and I always had a great interest in school, in history and political issues, current affairs, and any kind of political system, whether it be American politics, European, British, Irish, Ulster. So I suppose I'm a political animal through and through, and I always had a feeling that that's where I'd end up being involved in rather than the law.
I'd just like to ask, why did you swap law for politics?
Well, I think that I know a lot of people who are involved in politics, and they come from a whole range of backgrounds. Some of them are doctors, some are lawyers, some are teachers, some are public sector workers, business people, and a lot of them basically get involved in politics like I did because it's in your blood. And some people get into it and then they get turned off very quickly. I enjoy politics mainly because it's about helping people. I find that the most interesting and enjoyable part of political life is helping people at a constituency level through advice centres and being able to help them in small ways to improve their lives. And that is what we're about in terms of these ministerial jobs. I'm not in this particularly to advance a career, but it's about being able to help people, whether it's in the Department of Social Development where I was previously, or the economy side, where you can actually do things that can change people's lives in some small way for the better. And that's what I hope to do in any of the jobs that I'm involved in politics, because if you're not trying to do that, well, really, there's not much point being in public service at all.
As Finance Minister, do you think that there is enough money being invested in young people in Northern Ireland?
Well, I think that in the programme for government and in the budget over the next 3 years, which the Assembly has set and the Executive has set, we have put a lot of store by young people generally. I mean, the education budget alone is somewhere in the order of £2 billion. The health budget in terms of provision for young people is, a considerable amount of money, over 180 millions. But there are many range of activities and measures and so on which aren't specifically earmarked in terms of children or young people and so on, but have an impact on them as well. So, I mean, there's an awful lot being done there. We have also a strategy which was developed a couple of years ago for young people. There is a ministerial group that's now been set up specifically looking at how we can deliver for young people in Northern Ireland, and they are looking at a whole range of issues in terms of health, education, learning, all of that, and how we can help young people develop themselves and develop their potential to the utmost. So, we want to do more, but I think we are doing a substantial amount, and we will continue to press forward on that, because the programme for government and the priorities within it do recognise the importance of our young people for our future.